Okay, so today we're going to be doing probability and odds. So you need to go ahead and copy these notes if you haven't started yet. There's two different things that we're learning today. The first is the probability. It tells how likely it is that the event will occur, and the odds describes the likelihood of an event as a ratio comparing the number of favorable and unfavorable outcomes. So probability is P equals favorable over total. And what that means, favorable is what you want. So what is the probability of me picking a green jelly bean? What I want is a green jelly bean, and the total would be however many jelly beans there are total in the jar. It doesn't matter what color they are. For odds, it's the favorable divided by the unfavorable. So what you want and what you don't want. Those two, favorable and unfavorable, should add up to give you the total of what there is. So if I want, what are the odds of me picking a green jelly bean? If there's 10 jelly beans total, if the favorable is, say there's 3 green jelly beans, then I would have 3 on top, and the difference of 3 and 10 is 7, so 7 would be on bottom. So it's what you want divided by what you don't want. I'll give you about another minute. Okay, so we'll do some examples. Example 1, a bag is filled with marbles. There are 6 red, 9 yellow, and 11 green. However you want to write that down. But you need to write something down in your notes, because when you're doing your assignments, if you're taking your quiz at the end of the week, you can use this. If you don't write it down, then you're not going to, many of you are going to remember how to do it. But we want to know, what is P? P red. This just means here. P red is just abbreviating P for probability. So what is the probability of red? You want to know, what is the red over the total. So how many red are there? There are 6 red marbles over one of the total. So what we have to do is say 6 plus 9 plus 11, which is 26. So 6 over 26. If you want to reduce it, you can. So let's go ahead and reduce this. They're both even. 6 divided by 2 is 3, and 13. So your answer is 3 to 13. Alright, probability of green. So here there's 11 green, and there's a total of 26. Can't be reduced, so we'll just leave it as 11 over 26. So the next is the odds of picking yellow. So remember, we want yellow over red plus green. So for the yellow, there's 9, and the red and the green, 11 plus 6 is 17. Since the odds is a ratio, you can write it as a fraction, or you can write it as a ratio, 9 to 17. Like this. And the next one, I'm picking a red, so remember we want red over, and then what we don't want is yellow plus green. So red is 6, and yellow plus green, there's 9 plus 11 is 20. We can reduce this to 3 over 10, and you can write it as a ratio, 3 to 10. Okay. The next one. Example 2, probability nods use a spinner to find the following. So if we had a spinner, we want to know what's the probability of landing on a 1, a 2, and a 4. So I'll give you about a minute or so to write down something. You may just want to quickly copy the circle, the spinner. So while you're doing that, I'm going to just remind you, probability is what you want over total, and the odds is what you want over what you don't want. So that's the difference. You have to make sure that you remember the difference between the two. Because if you don't, then you may get the answer wrong. Alright, so let's go ahead and do the probability of 1. So I'm going to look on the spinner. How many 1s are there? There's 2 of them, so I'm going to put 2. And then how many total do they have? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 2 over 8, which is 1 over 4. The next one is 2. So I find the 2. There's 1, 2, 3 over 8. Can't be reduced. And the last one is 4. There's only 1 4 over 8. So those are your that's the probability of spinning and landing on a 1, a 2, or a 4. You have 1/4 of a shot of landing on a 1. You have 3/8 of a chance of landing on 2. And you have 1/8 of a chance of landing on a 4. Okay. So now we want to go down to the bottom. What are the odds of landing on 3? Some of our odds are what you want, what you don't want. So if there's a total of 8 parts, then you're going to go ahead and subtract. So how many 3s? There's 2 3s, so I'll put 2 up here. And then 8 minus 2 is 6. Because we want these two numbers to add up to give you the total. So 2 plus 6 is 8. I can reduce this, make it 1/3, or I can write it as 1 to 3. Alright, the next one, the odds of landing on a 1. There's 2 1s. Over 6, which is the same thing. Okay, so how do you think you would find the odds of not landing on a 2? So, in a sense, you're writing an opposite of the normal way you would write the odds. If you don't want it to, what are the odds of not landing on a 2? That means you would land on everything else. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then how many 2s are there? There's 3 2s. So it would be the odds of 5 to 3. So in a sense, it would be the opposite. You would just, in a sense, take the reciprocal of the fraction that you would find if you were trying to find the odds of picking a 2. Okay. And the last one, you have a box filled with chocolates, 3 caramel, 6 cherry, 2 coconut, and 4 fudge.